Hi guys. So welcome to this intro event about this concept called 1 hour millionaire. So this is kind of a idea to enable and educate traders to like become profitable. Okay, not just profitable. Uh, Also, they have to be enabled to do or pursue whatever they want to do, even if they are doing their day job or something. They should be able to carry out. That's the whole concept. So how we are trying to achieve it by giving a comprehensive idea about a trading system, right? Rather than just tell them about a particular strategy or anything, we are giving a comprehensive idea about this trading system and trying to put together the jigsaw puzzle so that anyone can see the whole picture, right? So that's the idea. So let's get into it. So before we start going into this, just look at this disclaimer. As you guys, all of you are in the stock market, so you guys all know that people can't really provide tips or like make promises saying that we have. I mean, you do this, it will be profitable or anything like that. So it's the basically just like the mutual fund advertisements, right? Stock market investments are subject to market risk. So anything that is said here is for just education purpose only. Don't take anything as a tip or anything like that. And if you're looking for someone to provide a buy sell tips ideas, this is not the session for you guys. So you can read this disclaimer. I'll share the presentation with you guys and make sure that you understand it clearly. Right? So so what today, like what we are going to see. So first of all, like almost all of you guys know me to an extent, right? But like the thing is, in this context, you guys may not know me. I mean, in this context, right? Basically, like, so I'm just trying to explain like who I am in this context. Then we'll introduce the concept called 1 hour millionaire. So that in short form, we're calling it as OHM. So who is OHM? Like who are the 1 hour millionaires? Then we'll explain like how to become and be a OHM. Okay, and then like uh, one second, guys. I'll just put okay. You can unmute. It's not a big deal. I'm just putting just to avoid any background noise. Then how to become and be a home. So you want to become 1 hour millionaire, and then you have to stay that way, right? So that's the idea. So how to do that? Then how the 1 hour millionaire trading system looks like. That's the objective of it, right? Today's objective. Then how do you get started on this journey, right? Once you get started on the journey, like then you like to know how to get going in this and how to get better and so on. So okay, if you know all this, then what is the action now that you can take? So that will tell you on the last step. Okay, so on that context, let's uh, start. So who am I? So I mean, like by education, I'm an electrical engineer and as a software architect, and at the moment, I'm a profitable trader as well. So the one other thing that I would like to tell you about myself is I always fascinated about building things that's last forever, that can self-sustain on its own. So basically, trying to build a perpetual motion machine was one of my like early interest, or the fascination that stayed with me for a long time and even till today. But when I explore the concepts, right? So I used to buy magnets and experiment with it, and then try to explore renewable energy sources, whether I can do something about it or not, right? So I unfortunately I'm yet to figure out how to do that in electrical or mechanical or the power system point of view. But when it comes to trading system, I can able to apply those concepts, and then I'm able to find a perpetual trading system. That means the system that can power itself and then sustain on its own and produce an output which can be extracted from it and then used for some other purpose. Okay, so now I have a system which can do all these things. So I can trade myself, right? And then I can generate the profit and whatever I can do, whatever I want to do. Okay. Now, why do I have to do this? That is trying to educate people on or do something around it, right? So that the reason is when I understood try to understand the stock market, right, and then understood it, I understand it in such a way that there are the top layer is the value creation part that the businesses are there, right? And then the institutional investors who have the know-hows and have the resources to follow these businesses closely are following that value creation. So if a business is creating a lot of value, they try to follow that value by providing them with the investing capital, right? And then for the retail investors, we can't we don't have that much resources, right? So use the charts and the data available to us and then follow these value followers, that is the institutional investors. So this is how the value chain works in in the business world, I feel, in the context of stock market. So I am a value follower, right? When I'm a trader, I'm a value follower. Then I was thinking, I got interested in like how to create businesses and how do I become a value creator. And then I was thinking of creating a lot of businesses, and then I shared some of my business ideas with the guys. And then I just also dabble with some options, right? Not the options trading, some business options and all. And then that's all like in the parallel processing as well. But the thing is, then I started to think, okay, what is the value creator or a business? So in the simple term, you should be able to create value for somebody and then able to capture part of that value in terms of money, right? So that's the basically a business in its simplest form or in its core. That's what it is, right? So that's when I thought, okay, so what is the value that I have, or I can share it with somebody, or I can create value for someone, so that I can start the business or try to create a business. Then I thought, okay, I know how to do trading, and then this problem is not just with me, right? I try to solve this problem of becoming a successful trader or a profitable trader. Then I know I noticed that this is not the problem only I have. It is the problem for so many others like me are in the same bucket, right? So who have a full-time job and then they're trying to become profitable in the trading, thinking that that could provide them the free time to do what they really passionate about or something like that, or even the full-time job without any worries about uh, like what to say, getting fired or like worried about the increments and so on. So for these reasons, I thought, okay, let me solve this problem and then build a business around it. That's why I'm just starting this. So when I'm starting this, I don't want to just like share some ideas and then just leave it at that. So I just want to create a ecosystem. So ecosystem in simplest form, there are like so many different things, different capabilities live in it, and then help each other out and thrive on it. So to create thriving traders, right, you have to, it just don't just share the ideas, create a ecosystem so that they can continue to live happily in that. So that's the kind of a thought process around it, like who I am and what I'm trying to do, right? So that's what we are going to see in the next slides as well, right? Okay, so we said that we are going to educate traders to become this concept called 1 hour millionaire, right? So 1 hour millionaire traders. So first let's understand who we are calling it as home. That is, there are so many there are traders with so many different options, so many different designs, so many different systems, right? So how do we define this home trader? So home trader is someone like who has the picture of the complete trading system, not just understand some strategy and try to execute it. No, instead, they see the whole picture, and then with that information in mind, they can execute their systems and then like follow their processes with a great conviction, right? The conviction is very important because you are not going to do it for 1 day or 1 hour or 1 week, 1 month. You are going to do it for lifelong and probably pass it on to your next generation as well, right? So that's the kind of trader we want to create. Then how much time he has to spend. So there are like a lot of different traders, right? Like who sit in front of the system from morning to evening, and then they screw up their work-life harmony, and then they have a problem with that. So we are also constraining ourselves that we are not going to spend 1 hour per day, because I know, like, if you are like me, you don't want to sit in front of the system, go through the charts and fundamental data, and follow with people to figure out why the company is operating in such a way, following the news all day along just to make a profit, right? So you want to make a profit so that you can enjoy your life and then do what you like. You take care of your family, you enjoy. If you are like me, someone who enjoy their personal I mean, full-time personal job, right? Like whatever the job you're having, then you want to go and do that as well, right? There is nothing wrong in doing a full-time job, right? So that should be on your terms, right? That's our objective. So you have to spend only 1 hour per day to execute these processes and plans, right? So next, so what is this 1 hour millionaire targets? So that 1 hour millionaire targets 3 years. That is, you have to create a sustainable future, and then with a limited amount of time that you can spend, so that it gives you a lot of freedom. With the sustainable freedom, right? Your money part is taken care of, and then with the time available with you, you can also find enjoy, right? So fun, future, and freedom are the targets for the home trader, not the profit alone. That's what I'm trying to convey. Yeah. So this is the, if you want to like become this kind of a person. So the next slides are the journeys for you guys. Yeah. So how to become this person? So first of all, like trading system. So learn all the aspects of trading system. So it's not just about one part. So if you examine yourselves, right? You will. I mean, in the next slides also you can observe that, like, parts of the system. If you are someone like me who started with the fundamental analysis, hearing about Warren Buffett and all those guys, right? Like Charlie and all those guys. So you get into the trading, right? Thinking that having a fundamental picture will help you to become a profitable trader. So and then you slowly learn there are some other aspects are there. I mean, there are like risk management, money management, and then technical analysis, macro analysis. All those things are there. So this home guy, right? Like he or she should become the understand the trading system as a whole and all the aspects of it. Then they have to design the system, right? The second is, you have a system, then you have to put together this. The microsystem within it, and then the processes, right? So that you can do all these activities and complete them in 1 hour, so that you can go and do whatever you want to. So design it in a way that you can do it in 1 hour. Then execute it, right? So once you have this complete picture and you have the clarity of where you are going, you can follow this process day in and day out without fail, right? So what do we mean by, you have to be consistent in your process, right? So just to graduate, you have to study for 12 years, you have to go to school and then college and all. Now we are talking about becoming doing something much bigger, right? So you have to dedicate yourself and then do the execution as well. Like, just by knowing, nothing will happen automatically, right? You have to execute it. Then you are executing it, right? Then there are other aspects, your personal aspects come into picture, your goals, right? And then your nature, how you're working on the trades, right? Your fears, your greed, your all other personal psychological advantages and disadvantages show up. So based on all those things, and also the market situations, and how your view develops based on all the experience you are going to have, right? So you can analyze your trades and then take actions, fix the issues you have, and then improve the systems and process as well to gain advantages, or make it more suitable to yourself, right? So that you can execute it further. And then as you develop, right, in your journey, your life is not someone who wants to be a profitable trader, right? Your life is like moves in kind of multiple chapters. Like you were a kid once, and then a student, you enjoy that life, and then you move to a graduate, and then you enjoy the college life, and then you graduated, and then you join the company as a fresher, you enjoy that life, and of course you go through the challenges as well, and then you become experienced person, you get married. So life moves in chapters. So as the life moves in these chapters, you enjoy the life as well, right? And then the same way you can you can improve your process, and then adapt the processes and the system, yeah, based on where you are now, right? So that kind of improve and measure things that you have to do. So this is how you become and then continue to be a millionaire trader, right? So then, okay. So I said like I'm fascinated about building a perpetual machine, right? I can't do it on the other things, but I can do it in the trading system, right? In the financial market. So how it looks like. So you start with some capital, right? So XYZ capital, and then you have your on a millionaire trading system and process. You provide the capital, and then you do your stock analysis, situational awareness, and then fund management, and then you do the analysis, and then improve yourself. All these systems and process you execute, and then the objective is to generate profit, right? So the first step, right, when you generate a profit, it should be sufficient enough to support your operating expenses. What is the operating expenses? Operating expenses is like your stop losses, your taxes, your brokerage charges, these things. Okay. And then you move a little bit bigger. I mean, your profits are improving, you're doing your process and are improving your process and system and following it diligently. Then you generate a little bit more capital. Then you can choose to do two things. Either you can do the capital top up, or you can take out the profit as an income, and then put that into creating your wealth and so on. So, but in a perpetual trading system, your trading capital, when it generates a profit, it should support these three things: your capital top up, operating expense, and it should be able to generate some income and wealth as well for you guys. So with this way, it is going to operate in its own. When I say operating expense, we all, I mean, we are talking about perpetual machine, right? So I someone might be thinking I am putting effort on it, right? So when you get mature enough, you can hire employees and then put them to work on your own system, right? So that's when you have to account for the operating expenses for your employees as well. So now you have a capital and a methodology to generate profit out of it, and then someone to run the system, and then whatever the profit you pay the operating expenses, put the capital top up so that it keep growing, and then in the same time you can withdraw some money for income and wealth generation and have fun with that, right? So this is how you I mean, in an ideal state, right, when you reach there, this is how your own trading system is going to look like, right? So for if you ask me, okay, so am I at this point, right? No, I am not at this point. Actually, at the moment, I am doing all my capital top ups from my daily job, right? My day job, I'm putting all my capital top ups. The trading profit I'm generating, I'm using some of it for operating expenses, and some of it I'm taking out as a income and wealth, so that I'll have a bit more fun, right? And then I can buy something and then mark it as, okay, this I bought, or this expense I spent from my trading profit. So I'll feel more what to say, more energized towards it. See, this is one of the psychological thing, right? I have designed it. Someone might choose to put the trading profit back as a capital, right? But for me, I want to earmark it. It doesn't matter, right, whether I spend that money from my capital or from the trading profit. But this is the way in which I choose to do it, right? So then that's what I'm trying to say. So once you learn the whole system, you can figure out your personal um, like shortcomings or your personal advantages, and then make it on your own, right? So this is the concept, right? Like more than a concept, not a very rigid system, right? So you can do it on your own. Okay, so next, so So we have talked about all these things. So where do I get started? How to get started on this particular journey, right? We are talking about a very long term journey, right? If you are not already profitable, first you have to get to a break even, right? If you're losing money on trading, first you have to get to the break even, and then you have to start um, uh, get to the break even, and then support the operating expenses, and then make some profit, and then make lot of profit, and then you make very huge amount of profit, and then start supporting and then start automating it and all those things, right? When I say automating it, people always think about algo trading. Make sure that you don't make that mistake. Automating is more of running it like a business, right? You put people where you can't automate. You use your IP media and all these software things to do the automations, right? Whenever it is applicable or wherever it is applicable, right? So that's the thing. So how do we get started? So to get started on this, I have designed a course, right? On our Millionaire course. So what this course teach you, right? I wanted to put a lot of different topics. I'm going to teach about risk management, fundamental analysis, and all those things. But basically it all boils down to answering these 8 questions, right? First and foremost, how not to blow up your account. So first thing, right, we don't want to lose, because this is going to be a very long journey. If you want to have a long journey, and then if you keep bleeding, right, you'll eventually bleed out. So how to stop that, right? That's the first thing that we are trying to answer in this course. So, and the second thing we are trying to say is, what should you buy? Also combine that with the third question, when should you buy, right? Most of the time people confuse with what and when, right? Whenever, like for example, if someone is a pure technical trader or a fundamental trader, what they'll do is they'll see certain data, and then they feel that they should buy, right? For example, they see a trigger, there is a breakout, they just go and buy that. But is it really a meaningful breakout? Is that the stock is like really viable, right? That's the thing, like you need to see. So first you have to figure out what should you buy, then you have to figure out when should you buy, right? So then the next one, you know what to buy, you got that buy trigger, you bought it, and then you know when to sell it as well, right? Otherwise you can't lock in your profit, or you can't make sure that you are limiting your losses as well, right? So you have to sell it in two cases, right? Either when you are going into losses, you know how to arrest it, and then you should know how to lock in the profits as well, when to sell it. So then the major important question comes after this, right? So we all know that you can't put all the eggs in your same basket, right? So you can't put all your trading capital in the same stock. So how do you then? People say this, keep on saying this, but nobody will tell you how much you should put in one place, right? So that's the thing that we are trying to answer. Not just the thing. In certain cases, you can buy more of something, right? In some cases, you can buy less of something, right? So based on which situation, based on which condition, you do this, right? For example, in a simpler time, in a bull market, buy a lot, right? In a bear market, buy very less and trade, right? Whether it is working or not, right? So it's in a very simpler time. That's what we are trying to address. And then you do all this, right? But still, you see, if you know all these things, still you might get into problem, because there are a lot of emotions that go that one trader has to go through, like the general ones, you know, greed and fear, right? Someone get greedy when they are like winning, right? And then they make a huge bet and then lose, and then somebody fears it. Then once somebody started losing it, they'll just get into the shell and then stop trading and then go off the market, right? So these are the basic emotions, you know. There are so many other things, right? Revenge trading, over trading, fear of missing out, and then different emotions that comes through when you are on a winning streak, when you are on a losing streak. So all these things we are trying to touch upon. Obviously, we are trying to cover as much as possible, but your emotions are your own. So try to identify with the emotions that we are trying to cover, right? With the one that's suitable for you. For example, me, I never get fear when I'm actually losing the money. When I get fear, when I actually winning, because in the next trade I might lose my winning position, right? So that's when I get little fear, right? So this way, like some you have to identify your own fears and emotions, your inclinations, right? So and then I trade accordingly, right? Or design your system accordingly as well. Or I mean, I'm going to provide a system, right? So you can tweak the system accordingly. So what should be your routine? So just like you're brushing in the morning, right? Eating your breakfast and all these things. So you need to have a routine so that it becomes your second nature, rather than like you have to consciously do it every single day, right? It should become your second nature so that you can do it on a regular basis. So when it comes to that, how do you design your routines around your day? And also we put a constraint, right? um, 1 hour, right? So how do you design your routines in such a way that you can execute all this in 1 hour? Then, okay, you do all these things. Then what happens? You actually start trading, and then you are noticing some patterns within your state trading emerges. Either you are profitable or losing little bit, whatever. You can start analyzing your trades and then adjust and improve upon it, right? So, so this is how these are the things we are going to cover in the next slide. We are going to just I mean discuss the idea of each topic. What are the things that we are going to discuss within these topics, right? So that we'll discuss. So so just to, I mean, the time is running out. I'll like stop this call and then restart the same link. I'll restart it, so we'll get another 40 minutes. So I just want you guys to rejoin on the new call. So so far things are clear, right? If anyone answers, that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, okay, guys. Then I'll stop this call and then I'll start it. From this slide, it will take some time. So it would be nice if you can start fresh. Okay. Thanks, guys. Join again, like the same link.